Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Drop and Give Me 20 with Phil Rizdon. I am your host, Phil Rizdon here. Oh, man, it is good to see you. It is Sunday, what is it, April 11th, I guess. Sitting out here, recording this right before I go to my union job at Scoop. I don't know if you guys have heard of Scoop, but they're an evil hybrid between UPS and Amazon. So make sure you apply to Scoop. If you want to get the scoop on a good paycheck, sign up with Scoop. That was a terrible slogan. I'm so sorry about that. That was a very, very bad slogan. Also, this isn't real. This isn't real at all. It's actually for this music video that I'm doing with one of my friends, Jacob. He has a band, and him and his friend Evan reached out to me to be the main character for this music video. So we're doing a lot of really fun stuff. And we got to basically, my character works for a delivery service. So we made up a name, got a t-shirt, and now I'm keeping this forever. Right? How fucking awesome is this, man? It's great. It's like comedy's going better for me. And I was always having manual labor jobs. It's like comedy's going better for me, but now I just get to act like I am still doing manual labor. I can't leave it. It's something about this face where they're like, you look like you lift things and you are miserable. It really, it's bad. I guess I just have the face of a union man. That's fine. I'm an essential worker. All right. I'm the backbone of this fucking country. You're welcome. I didn't ask for any praise, but you're welcome. Okay. This is a good day. We're actually about to shoot in the next hour and a half, I believe, although they haven't called me, so I don't fucking know. Fucking artists, man. Everybody's all into like how hard you need to work. Oh yeah, you just either do it or you don't, and then they never fucking call you. They never hit you up. They never send you any schedules. They never even really confirm with you. They just wait till the day of the time that they told you like 3 weeks ago, and they're like, hey, you're here, right? I think it's one of those things where it's just like, maybe if they don't discuss it so much, it won't feel as real, because people don't realize, like, when you're doing things like this, even something just as small as like me talking into this thing, your mind has to adjust to it and like allow yourself to make something like this happen, so a lot of times when you're about to create something, you kind of almost act like it's not happening, like you're preparing for it, but you're acting like it's not happening, so you don't get too nervous and stuff like that. That, or you go completely full throttle into it, and either one has its kind of pros, I would say. I prefer to try and go full throttle into it now that I'm older and I care more about the art that I make and I have higher self-esteem and stuff. But, back in the day, my old ways, they weren't so bad either. I got things done. So, hey, I can't really shit on anybody. But artists suck. Just know that. Artists suck. Except for my friends. They're great. Love you guys. Love you guys so much. Oh, man. First off, I also want to say R.I.P. DMX. R.I.P. to a fucking legend. Earl Simmons, man. Gone. My favorite FBI agent impersonator ever. Gone. I don't know, man. DMX, he's like somebody, he's almost like Bernie Mac in that way, where it's like you didn't realize how essential and how amazing he was until he was gone. It's not that you didn't realize it. Like, I knew it, and with Bernie Mac too, I always thought he was a legend even when he was alive. But once he was gone, you really felt the impact of him being gone. There's a crater. There's a part of the earth missing because this person is no longer here. That's what I really mean. And DMX, just a fucking legend, dude. Like, I feel like a lot of people now, because hip hop has gone so far and it's been around for so long, a lot of people don't really realize his actual impact in the hip hop community, especially in the 90s. People don't get it. There was a time when, DMX was bigger than Jay-Z and shit. Right? Like, people, it's so funny. Like, now when people look into the history books, they think about, Ether and Takeover and the Nas Jay-Z battle for who's the king of New York. Because after Biggie died, it was like, who's the king of New York? Who's the king of New York? All this shit. What people never like to remind you of is that DMX was the king of New York. After Biggie died, DMX came out in 98 and murdered everybody. It was a fucking massacre, you know? Like, are you fucking kidding me? This dude had 2 albums in the same year in 1998. 2 albums, multi-platinum albums in the same exact year. He owned hip hop. There's never been a bigger phenomenon than there was for DMX. The only thing, you know, maybe close to it could maybe be like 50, you know, like 50 Cent in like 01, 02, you know what I mean? When he was coming up with the mixtapes and stuff and then dropped Get Rich or Die Trying. Like, that's comparable, still not the same thing. No one has ever had as good of a year as DMX has had, man. And the way he just kind of, you know, really came in with the rough shit, especially because New York at that time, you know, it was still plenty gritty and shit, you know what I mean? But a lot of the Biggie, you know, puffy shit was a lot of like shiny suits and all that shit, you know. And when they came out with Rough Riders, there's a whole nother level of shit, you know what I mean? Like, just gritty as fuck, and brought New York back to that, you know, that real shit. And I think it made all other rappers want to rap better and want to be more real. I think also too, it helped out a lot of people, you know. His whole phenomenon was like fucking insane. And you know, and I feel like so many people, you know, they either didn't listen to his music when he was out, or they were too young for it. And I'm 29, so, you know, I'm kind of in that age of like, you know, not too young, but I was slightly young. I was 7 years old when he came out, you know what I mean? And, you know, my older brother was, I believe, already in like college and shit. So it's not like I got exposed to him at that time, you know? But I feel like a lot of people my age, or maybe even a little younger, they, you know, a lot of times they see him as like kind of comical, which, yes, he's done some funny things. I said the whole FBI agent shit, and he has stolen a cop car and made routine traffic stops and all that shit, you know? But like at the same time, he wasn't a laughingstock. This man was somebody who was incredibly influential. And it also shows you how, you know, how much drugs can affect your whole entire life. That's the only reason he's gone, is because of drugs. Like, you know, I always say this type of shit, and, you know, it's so funny, you know, like, I say you really can do anything you put your mind to, like, at the end of the day, you know, even if it's something like, you're like, oh, really? Like, if I decided to just fucking, you know, fly, I could fly. It's like, no, maybe, you know, not you right now, but if you decided to dedicate every single second to your life to taking flight, you probably could. In the next 20 years, you know what I mean? Or you'd be working on it your whole entire life. You would die. Somebody else would have the dream of taking flight, flying, having a jetpack, whatever, wings, whatever the thing may be. And they would take your plans, make them, and it would be the future. So technology would be better, and they would achieve that dream. Okay? All right. Dreams are possible. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, you can really do anything you set your mind to, man. You really can do anything you set your mind to. And, you know, I think that's one thing people need to remember about, you know, success, whether it's with rappers or actors or anything like that, is that also too, like, these artists are very, very hard workers. I know they promote that they're always like on drugs, especially rappers, like, oh, I'm always on lean or smoking weed or doing this or doing that. It's a lie. They're not. Like, you can't be the level of successful that they are and so constantly relevant and still be constantly fucked up. Like, there's exceptions to the rule, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm sure you can find some. I mean, there's plenty of actors that are addicts, but a lot of that stuff stems from the constant pressure that they're facing from having to be successful and having to be relevant, and they usually take that stuff home and do it there. It's not, you know, it's when they go on set and they're fucked up that they get sent to rehab. You know what I mean? So you gotta keep your shit all together. And I think, like, you know, rappers like Future and shit, they're not smoking weed all day, man. They're not smoking weed all day. You know, they're waking up, you know, listening to beats and writing some shit and trying to do their fucking craft. And that being said, it's like, you know, DMX is almost the opposite of that. He shows that you can do whatever you want to do if you put your mind to it. But if you don't have dedication, if you don't put your full mind to something, all of it can go away. All of it can go away. He was an amazing dude. Like I said, 2 multi-platinum albums in the same entire year. And then now he's almost become like a talking point or a punchline for a lot of people, and that's because of his drug use and all that shit. And I just want to, I don't know, warn people, to stay away from certain things. It's not saying I don't party. I get fucked up all the time. Okay? I do. I get fucked up all the time. I drink, I smoke, I dabble in some other shit, whatever. But it's on occasion. You can't have that be your whole entire well-being, your whole entire life, because that shit will ruin you. And we saw that from Earl Simmons, a true fucking legend. Gone. All right. R.I.P. the homie. R.I.P. the homie. And let's get on to some funny shit, man. I don't know. I told you guys I haven't been watching the news very much. Still haven't been watching the news very much. Heard weed is legal in New York City though. Goddamn. That is good. I've been saying this for a while. They made weed legal in New York City. They really want white people to move back here. It must be. They're like, we will do fucking anything. I swear to God, we would do anything. It's ridiculous. They just made weed legal in New York City, and pretty much because weed was legal in New Jersey. That's why. This whole time, I'm born and raised in New Jersey. I was always annoyed at the New York-New Jersey rivalry, but this time it worked in my fucking benefit. There you go. And then I heard fucking Biden just fired somebody for having like past drug use in their, some either like a drug test or there was some drug arrest or some reference to past drug use that they had, and he got rid of them in his cabinet. It's like, what type of fucking lame ass old man? Like, dude, we thought you were cool. Well, we didn't think you were cool. That's actually not true. We knew you were a total nerd. We knew you were fucking lame, but you were the slightly cooler alternative to the evil dictator that we had. We thought you'd be just a little more chill. Just a little more chill. Getting rid of him? Come on, man. You're supposed to be like, fucking Donald Trump was fucking QAnon old, okay? You're supposed to be like Ben and Jerry's old, baby. Ben and Jerry's old. You're fine. You wear tie-dye shirts. Might listen to the Dead a little bit. You're not going to drop a whole tab, but he'll cut a little piece off and question the world a little bit. That's what we want out of you, Biden. What are you doing right now, man? And that's really all I have. That is true. It's crazy. That's really all I have about the president. I don't know anything that's happening. Like I said before, once we won the election, I was like, oh, we won. I can go away now. I was like, this is all over. We're right. As far as I know, the world hasn't ended just yet. We stole the election and the world seems to be okay. Gay people, don't seem to be setting things on fire. And, as far as I know, the politician pedophilic blood rituals haven't really gone up. So I'd count that as a win. I would count that as a win. I think we are all doing well. Although minorities are coming up. Okay. I think we are coming up. This is our time. And I say that because yesterday I was at my show and I saw an Indian couple with a golden retriever. What? So that's how you know a minority couple has come up, when they have a white dog. Goddamn, when you got a fucking full house fucking white ass dog, a golden retriever, like dogs don't really have ethnicities, but like a golden retriever is white. It's a white dog. It's a fucking white dog. Like if a golden retriever got sent to prison, who it'd be siding with. Okay? If I went to prison and I ended up meeting that golden retriever, he would be stabbing me with a bunch of dudes in the Aryan Brotherhood. Okay? Talking about how I stepped into their territory. The fucking dog. That is a white dog. That is a fucking white dog. Golden retrievers are basically Joel Osteen. That's what you're doing. That's what you're buying. I think it's great though. I think that's a step up. Fuck it. Fuck, pit bulls and all that shit. If white people are adopting pit bulls, that was more of a black dog for a long time. Black, Hispanic dog. White people are adopting pit bulls. I say, fuck it. Then we should be able to adopt our golden retrievers and have nobody look at us any different. Personally, I think every minority should own a golden retriever. or at least black people, because let's be honest, that's the closest we're ever gonna get to owning a white slave. Okay. All right. If there's any black people watching this, fucking go ahead right now and adopt a golden retriever. Name it somebody super white. Name it fucking like Donald, or like Harold or something. Teach it how to embezzle. If you have any neighbors with a backyard, just like let your dog into their backyard and have your dog slowly take over. Just have it slowly take over, have it take things from said backyard and bring it back, and have the dog act as if it created those things. That'd be great. Wouldn't that be awesome? And then your white neighbor comes over and he's like, hey, what the fuck is happening? Your dog's in my backyard. He fucking, he's been beating up my dog. He took my dog's toys, all this shit. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? What are you fucking talking about? Like, they fucking made a deal. Like, it's not my fault that your dog doesn't understand the level of value of its possessions. Like, what is wrong with you? I think that'd be cool. Oh man, that'd be great. Oh man, cultural appropriation. A white cultural appropriating, colonial, embezzling dog. Good times. Oh man. Fuck, we're almost at 20 minutes now. Yeah. What else can I talk about? Yeah, DMX died, RIP. Haven't been watching the news. White dogs. That's fine. Oh, I was going to tell you guys, I'm getting some new shows, actually. So if any of you are in the NYC area, make sure, obviously, to come out to House Party, because we're now sponsored by the amazing snack company, Peaceful Squirrel, which is awesome. They give us snacks for every single show. So it's fine. You're going to get a lot of like free stuff, a little bit of swag, maybe even a tote bag and some snacks while you're there, but also to take home with you, which would be really cool. I also got a show at Sour Mouse in Manhattan. That is Sour Mouse in Manhattan, and the show is called Sour Grapes, baby. I've been naming some pretty odd shows these days. I've been coming up with some really good names. Yeah, the show's called Sour Grapes at Sour Mouse. It is 6 o'clock every Friday. 6 o'clock every Friday. The first show is on the 23rd, and the other show I have is every Sunday at 8 o'clock at Bushwick Public House. And the first show for that one is on the 25th. So make sure you come out to that. All right, guys. So that's 3 shows. Your boy's expanding now. Your boy's getting a little crazy. That is 3 shows. You hear me? 3 shows. So we got Friday, Sour Grapes at Sour Mouse, 6 p.m. And then we got Saturday, House Party at Tiny Cupboard at 8 p.m. Then we got Sunday at Bushwick Public House. Hot Damn is what it's called. Hot Damn at Bushwick Public House at 8 p.m. So make sure to come out to all 3 of those. Other than that, I don't really know what I've been doing. I've been I've been trying to work out more. Like, all I've been doing is just working. All I've been doing is just comedy. That's why this 20 minutes is like really hard for me right now, right? It feels like I'm straining. The first couple episodes, everything flowed. Right now, I'm kind of straining because I haven't been doing anything but working. Like, it's been driving me kind of nuts. It's great. It's great. I love it. But, I've only been working. So I don't know how to relate to people. I don't know what's going on in the world. Which is really fucking crazy. I recently started working out. Like I was saying, I got back into basketball, which is, I'm not a sports person. I'm not a sports person at all. But I got back into shooting hoops a little bit, and I am terrible. Jesus Christ. I was talking about joint pain the other day too, and that's how I feel now. Like, just like as soon as I did the first jump shot, when I landed, I just felt it in my knees. Like, I was like, oh my God, what is that? I'm an old man. I don't know what it is. I need to wake up and start doing yoga in the morning. I need to do something. I need to hydrate maybe more. I drink a lot of water though, but I need to do something more. I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. This shit is tough. I can't do this old man shit no more. You're telling me I'm going to get older. I can't do this shit anymore. I don't know what's happening. I get drunk, the night before, and it's like I wake up and I feel like I just got my fucking head kicked in, like I owed somebody money. Like, what the fuck is going on? Man. Let's see. What else have I been doing? I haven't been watching any news. I have been watching Invincible, though. I don't know if any of you guys are comic book fans or anything, but surprise, Invincible, the comic book, the major hit by Robert Kirkman, just got its own animated series, and it is fucking phenomenal. You need to watch this show. If you don't know what Invincible is, I won't spoil it for you, but it's essentially the main character. His name is Mark Grayson. Probably has a little send up to Dick Grayson. But his name is Mark Grayson, and his father is basically Superman. Let's put it that way. His father is basically Superman. And it kind of chronicles Mark eventually getting his powers and all the stuff that entails. And there's a lot of wild twists that I will not tell you about, because to take that away from you would not do the show justice or anything. Like, you need to fucking see this thing. I love Invincible. I had been reading it for years. I'd been reading it for years. I'm a big fan of Robert Kirkman in general. Obviously The Walking Dead, that was amazing. And I gotta say, for him too, he's really great, because he was somebody who was putting diversity in comic books before Twitter even cared. Like, he was doing it just because he thought that it should happen, which was really nice. He was doing a lot of that where, if you've never read the comics, you probably wouldn't know. But yeah, like the kid Mark Grayson, like, he's half Asian. It's actually, the character's voiced by Steven Yeun. I never know how to pronounce the name, but it's by Glenn from The Walking Dead. And J.K. Simmons plays Omni-Man, his father. Really fucking cool. Sandra Oh plays his mom. Really cool. But yeah, the main character is half Asian. There's tons of he's dating a black girl. There's tons of black people in it, and just all sorts of different people who do different things. And I've always thought that was one of the best things about Robert Kirkman and all the stuff that he does, especially with Walking Dead. There's all types of people in that show. And there should be. It's the fucking apocalypse. It's not people hanging out with people that they would usually hang out with. You're running into randos all the fucking time. It can't just be all random straight white dudes. But yeah, for Robert Kirkman, as far as I know, being a straight white dude, for him to put all those different people in there before anybody even cared or even thought about that stuff, it was really nice to see as a young comic book reader. So if you've never checked out any of his stuff, make sure to check it out. Yeah, he's a visionary. He's doing a lot of great stuff, and who knows? Maybe one day in the future, 20 years from now, I'll be working for him at Scoop. All right, guys. I think that's about it. I'm gonna get off here. Like I said, if you are in the NYC metropolitan area, please make sure to either come out to House Party, which is now, every Saturday at 8 p.m. at Tiny Cupboard. The address for Tiny Cupboard is 1717 Broadway in Bushwick. But I have those two shows coming out on the 23rd and 25th. So I will have, in the next 2 weeks, a full weekend of shows that you can come to every single weekend on a weekly fucking basis. How fucking awesome is that? So we got Sour Grapes at Sour Mouse, 6 p.m., House Party at Tiny Cupboard, 8 p.m., and then we got Hot and Damn at Bushwick Public House on Sundays at 8 p.m. also. All right, guys. See you later. And make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. All right. See ya.